Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, we are going to be testing just how bulletproof and explosive resistant the new armored vehicles from the Arena War DLC update are in GTA Online. So we're going to be testing all 12, the normal vehicles that can be upgraded, and then the arena-ready vehicles. Now, it does not matter what version they are, Apocalypse, Future Shock, or Nightmare. They're all the same. The only thing we have done for each one is made sure the armor was turned all the way up. So we unlocked the heaviest armor for each one, and if there was any other settings that would increase the armor, we applied those too. So big thanks to my friend John for helping me out with this. This video probably took about an hour to record, and he was very generous enough to not only lend his time, but be super cooperative in terms of helping me test all the vehicles and do all the funky little tests that I wanted to do. So big thanks to him. It would have been nearly impossible to do this solo. So again, John, thank you. Anyways, let's dive into this today and let's get it started. We are going to begin with the Dominator. So the first test that I'm going to be doing for each vehicle is testing if the windows are bulletproof or bullet resistant in any way. And unfortunately with the Dominator, the answer is no. It is not bulletproof. Now, I guess you could have expected it because it's like a civilian car that was turned into an arena-ready vehicle, but it still is a little bit disappointing. The next test we're going to be doing is with an RPG. Now, an RPG is going to symbolize a free-fired explosive. So that could be a grenade, a sticky bomb, RPG, a car explosion, anything like that. That's what the RPG is going to represent. Now, I'm going to tell you how many it can survive. The Dominator can survive one RPG with it exploding on the second. So you'll at least be able to escape one RPG, but you will not be able to escape a second RPG, which means that if you're hit with two explosives, you're dead. And then the third test we're doing for each vehicle is with a homing missile. So the homing missile is going to represent all the lock-on missiles in the game, from like a buzzard, obviously the homing missile, stuff like that. And it is able to survive 3 homing missiles, with the 4th ended up blowing it up. So overall, not terrible. As you'll notice throughout the video, that sort of seems to be the average for all the vehicles. So that's the Dominator right there. The next vehicle we tested was the Death Bike, which is the upgraded version of the Gargoyle. This is no shock at all, but there's no bulletproof ability here. It's a bike. There's no like magical windscreen that's going to come up and protect you. So no bullet resistance right there. Another thing that's interesting, cannot survive any RPGs and cannot survive any homing missiles either. So the Death Bike, not really surprising because it's a motorcycle, has the worst of the explosive resistance of all the new arena-ready vehicles. So something to keep in mind right there if you're going to use this in free roam. You're going to be very susceptible to oncoming enemy explosives. The next is the Sasquatch. The Sasquatch is the upgraded version of the Rat Truck, or the Rat Loader, I think it is. And this one is honestly one of the best vehicles. So I was stunned to find out that this vehicle is fully bulletproof and bullet resistant. This is so strange. I don't know why this is the case. I don't know what separates the windows and the windshield on this vehicle from all the other ones, but you guys can see here, it is completely bulletproof. Trying to shoot John does not work. The bullets simply will not pass through. So yes, the Sasquatch is completely bulletproof while you're on the inside, and that is kind of neat. Now, it also can survive one RPG, which puts it on par with the Dominator, with the second one blowing it up. However, the big separator here is it can survive 5 homing missile shots. So you have to shoot 5 homing missiles at this, and then the 6th one will end up blowing it up. That is an incredibly powerful vehicle. So in my opinion, that makes it one of the best in the game. And it also gets these really cool like weapon ram upgrades on the front. So I would say the Sasquatch is your best bet for one of the most protective and powerful vehicles in GTA Online. Our 4th vehicle today is the Slam Van. So upon testing the Slam Van, we figured out that there is no bulletproof capabilities here. Again, not surprising. A lot of the vehicles here don't have bulletproof abilities. It was also unable to survive an RPG. That is a little bit disappointing. I was expecting a vehicle like this to at least be able to survive one, but the answer is no. One RPG takes out the Slam Van. However, it was able to survive 2 homing missile shots. So it could survive 2, with the 3rd ending up taking it out. So that right there is the Slam Van. Our fifth vehicle today is the Impaler. So the Impaler, not surprisingly, because it's really just a muscle car that's been transformed, has no bulletproof capabilities. You can shoot straight through it. It can, however, survive 1 RPG, which is quite nice, which gives it a big advantage on the slam van and the death bike, so that's nice. And it can survive 3 homing missile shots, which is really nice too. That means the 4th one will actually end up blowing it up. And by the way, I will try and leave this information in the description, so if you want to compare the vehicles, you can. So that right there is the Impaler. Up next, we have the ISI. So again, the ISI does not have any bulletproof capabilities. You can shoot straight through it. It can surprisingly, however, survive 1 RPG. I thought if anyone that wasn't going to be able to survive one, this is, but no, it can survive an RPG, which is kind of cool. And it can also survive 3 homing missile shots too. So the 4th one will end up blowing it up. So that's the Weenie ISI right there. Pretty cool stuff. And the final of the street-ready vehicles that are transformed is the Bruiser. So the Bruiser, I thought this one for sure was going to have some bulletproof capabilities. It does not. No bulletproof. It can only survive 1 RPG. The second RPG will end up destroying it. And the most disappointing part about this is it can only survive 1 homing missile too. The second homing missile ends up blowing it up as well. So the Bruiser, really, really weak for what you're actually getting, which is like this super cool, like Mad Max lifted truck. So a little bit disappointing right there. Those are the 7 customizable street vehicles though. Let's move on to the arena ready vehicles. We're going to start with the Cerebus. So the Cerebus, a little bit disappointing. There's no bulletproof capabilities, which I thought these would start to have some, but it doesn't look like that is the case. It can only survive 1 RPG. A little bit disappointing with that. That puts it on the same level as like the Dominator and the Sasquatch. But it can survive 4 homing missiles. So the 5th one will be the one that ends up taking it out. So far, no vehicle has been able to dethrone the Sasquatch in terms of surviving more than 5, but that is the Cerebus. The next vehicle is the Imperator. Now, this has no bulletproof capabilities whatsoever, unfortunately, but not really shocking. It can survive 1 RPG, which puts it on par with a lot of the other vehicles in-game, and it can also survive 3 homing missiles with the 4th that will end up taking it out. So again, that puts it on par with like the Dominator. It also puts it on par with the ISI and the Impaler. So really not that shocking there. The next is the Scarab. Now this, I for sure would have some differences. And there is sort of a secret way to destroy this, which I'll show you guys in a little bit. So unfortunately, the Scarab does not have any bulletproof capabilities. Now the windows are kind of small, but if you're able to shoot through them, it's not bulletproof. So you can get shot in the Scarab. However, the benefit here is you can survive 5 RPGs. That's right. It takes 6 RPGs in order to blow this up. And it can also survive 5 homing missiles, which means it takes 6 homing missiles in order to blow it up. So I'd say overall, that means it is the most armor-effective vehicle in the game. Yes, it does not have bulletproof capabilities, but the fact that you would have to hit someone or hit this vehicle with 6 RPGs and 6 homing missiles to blow it up, that's pretty impressive right there. However, unfortunately, this vehicle has a big weakness, and that is the back. There's this opening in the back that you can just shoot like normal assault rifle rounds at, and it will end up blowing it up in like 100 shots. That seems like a pretty big weakness for this armored tank that can survive 5 or 6 RPGs and explosives. So I don't know if you guys knew about that, but there's sort of like a secret Death Star weakness to the Scarab that if you shoot it in the back, it's really, really weak. I'm not sure if that was an intentional or if Rockstar did that on purpose, but that is a way in which you can take out this tank much faster. Our next vehicle is the ZR380, the Anis ZR380. This vehicle is interesting because it does have some bulletproof capabilities. It is actually bulletproof from the front only, which is kind of strange. So the windows on the front are bulletproof, but from the side and the back, they are not bulletproof. So I wonder what Rockstar's thinking was there. Like from the front, that's where you're going to encounter most people. I'm really not too sure, but you can shoot through the windows and even the back panel you can shoot straight through. So again, kind of confusing right there, but at least it does have some bulletproof capabilities to put it closer to the Sasquatch. And then like many of our vehicles today, it can only survive 1 RPG and can survive 3 homing missiles, blowing up on the second RPG and blowing up on the fourth homing missile. Now, our final vehicle today that we're going to be testing is the Brutus. The Brutus is a vehicle that I don't love, but that's okay. It has no bulletproof capabilities. It is destroyed in 1 RPG and is destroyed in 3 homing missiles. Or I should say, can survive an RPG and can survive 3 homing missiles, and then is destroyed on anything after that. So that right there is your bulletproof and armor resistance test to the brand new Arena War ready vehicles. I would say the best 2 here overall would probably have to be the Sasquatch, which is shocking to me because of how many homing missiles it can survive and how bulletproof it is. And then number 2, I would say the ZR380, and then a combination of maybe like the Scarab. But that weakness in the back of the Scarab, I feel like people could really take advantage of. So that's something you're going to have to consider. But anyways, that's all the testing and info that I've got for you guys in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy. Let me know which of these vehicles is your favorite in the comments down below after you've seen the info that we tested today. If you did go on to enjoy this video though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA and Red Dead Redemption 2 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.